Hello everyone, my name is Heather and welcome to my YouTube channel. My goal with this channel is to show you that it is possible to homestead no matter what size land you have, where you're located, how much knowledge you have, and most importantly, that it's possible to do alone. A little about me, I work full-time and I own the home that I am creating a small homestead at. I had no prior knowledge of homesteading as I was raised in the city. I had pets growing up, ranging from rats to dogs, but never anything that we raised for food. Currently, I am located on 1/3 of an acre in a subdivision here in Arizona, and I am lucky in regards to zoning. My zoning does allow me to have animals. It'll even allow me to have up to 1 head of cattle. However, I do not plan at this point to have any cattle as my property size is pretty limiting. My goal over the next 6 months to a year is to find some property to buy and create my own homestead from scratch. What does from scratch mean, you might ask? Well, for me, that means finding my perfect piece of land and really creating what I want, putting maybe a manufactured home on it to start, installing a septic, moving electricity to the property, or doing solar. I haven't quite decided yet. But if you stick around with me long enough, you will be able to watch my journey go. I'll post some videos a little bit later on about my goals and where I want to be in the next 6 months to a year. The first animal that I added to my homestead was chickens. This kind of happened all by luck as I was working for my local animal control when they ended up busting up a cockfighting ring. My work ended up giving me a chicken coop as well as half of the hens because we weren't really equipped to handle chickens there at the shelter. After doing some research, I ended up deciding to give the hens to a coworker who had taken the rest of them. And then I went to my local Tractor Supply and picked up some chicks with a wide variety of egg colors that were going to give me lots of eggs. A little bit later on, I went back to Tractor Supply and I got meat chickens. And let me tell you, dispatching a meat chicken was one of the most terrifying things I had ever done up until that point. I had never taken the life of an animal, so it was a really trying experience at the time. I took to YouTube and found a lot of videos on how to dispatch a chicken, and I gave it a go. My heart was racing and I was terrified that I was going to do it completely wrong. And let me tell you, the first time it really didn't go so well. I found out that dispatching a chicken with a knife really was not for me, so I went back to YouTube and found a new method called the broomstick method. And that was so much easier for me. I imagine that you're like me and you're gonna run into things that you just don't like doing or you don't like the way that you're doing it. I encourage you not to give up on your goal that you're trying to reach and just look for an alternative way to help you reach it. My second and third homesteading animal that I decided to add here were 2 piglets. I had no experience with pigs. Like I said, I grew up in the city, so everything that I am doing, I am learning as I go. I found 2 piglets for sale in a Facebook group, and I have ended up naming them Ham and Bacon. They are little rambunctious creatures, and they're in a pen that I built for them, and I'll show that a little bit later in another video. They're currently 2 months old, so they have another couple of months before they'll reach the right weight for me to butcher them, which is also something that I plan on doing myself, and I will be posting a video on that as I go. I'm sure I will make quite a few mistakes in the process, but the important part is I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna learn. And that's what I encourage all of you to do along with me, is learn as I go, learn from my mistakes, share your mistakes. We are all here to learn together, and I hope that you will really like the journey that I'm on. My third addition that I ended up adding here is a livestock guardian puppy. I don't currently have any livestock other than the 2 pigs because chickens are considered poultry. She is not completely fond of my chickens. I really have to watch her when she's around them for their safety. She has gotten a hold of one and ended up killing one. So the chickens are no longer allowed to free range until she is trained to leave them alone. Right now, since I'm on 1/3 of an acre and I do have other dogs here, I currently have a dog door, so she does go in and out. She is not strictly confined to the outdoors. Since we don't really have any predators here in the subdivision, it's not highly important that she stays outside all the time to guard the pigs, so she is allowed to come and go inside as she pleases. I will do another video here on livestock guardian animals just to give you an idea of what to look for, what to expect. When you get a puppy, they're not going to be perfect. So I'll go over a little bit of that from what I personally have learned throughout having this dog in another video. And this brings me to my last homesteading edition, which I actually got yesterday. I went and picked up a trio of rabbits that I plan on raising for meat. And if you're not familiar with what a trio is 3 female rabbits and 1 male rabbit to produce meat. Right now they're not old enough to produce any babies, so they are separate. I do plan on building a colony for them when they are a little bit older, probably another month or two, and I'll put them all together so that way they can start breeding and raising rabbits that I do plan on raising for meat. If I personally don't care for the meat, the dogs will certainly enjoy it. It'll be another meat source for them. I also, like I said, I have never dispatched anything other than chickens up until this point. So it's going to be an experience to learn how to butcher the rabbits correctly, as well as the pigs when it comes time for them as well. So I'm just starting out and I'm not really sure how it's all going to go. I went with some inexpensive rabbits that I got for about $15 a piece. And if it doesn't work out, there's nothing harmed, nothing ventured, nothing gained, but I didn't spend a lot of money if it doesn't work out. All right, well, that basically wraps up the video here. I hope that you will stick around and watch me grow and share your comments on you growing your homestead as well. There is no doubt that I will fall flat on my face and I'll have to pick myself back up again. I hope that you will stick around to watch that process. I'm not gonna hide any of it from you guys because I think that it would give an unrealistic experience as to what it is to start a homestead. There are going to be mistakes made. There are going to be problems that come up. That is all a process of starting something new that you've never done before. And I really just want to show the process from start to finish and that you are capable of doing it no matter your skill level or knowledge. Because like I said, I have pretty much none of that. I am learning everything as I go. I tried to make an instructional chicken video on how to butcher a chicken, and I must say I did quite miserable at it. And I will end up posting that video just as an information video on how things can go wrong and will go wrong when you don't do enough research. The dispatching of the chicken went beautifully because, like I said, I love the broomstick method. The actual taking it apart, it really didn't go so well. And I should have watch some more YouTube videos to refresh my knowledge because it was a long time ago that I butchered those meat chickens. So I had remembered some of the key principles, but definitely not all of them, and I did not do a very good job at it. I hope that you will like the video and subscribe to my channel, as well as put some comments down below. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you're struggling with, and let's make this a community where we can really help each other.